Well, thank you everybody for being here. We're welcoming back an old face to a new job. And first off, though, I want to thank a few people because, as I've said before, in these searches, sometimes it takes a lot of people to lean on and just to have faith in our process. And obviously, Dr. Vardabedian, thank you for your support in this. And then there's many people out there that you talk to privately, and you try to get the best fit for Missouri Western. And I agree, there's no one that is a better fit than this man sitting right in front of me and his wonderful family. Matt and I met last week. I'd met Matt before when we played down there in a playoff game when he was coaching at Central Arkansas, I believe, and we were playing Henderson State, but real briefly. But Matt and I met last week for quite a bit of time last Wednesday. I picked him up early, and we came up here and met with Dr. Vardabedian, and then Matt and I went back down close to the airport. And Matt and I killed, I think, 54th Street down in Zona Rosa thought we were crazy because we sat there for 5 hours drinking Diet Dr. Pepper and Coke Zero, and they thought, who are these crazy guys sitting here? You know, I think we had 2 meals and 25 drinks of Dr. Pepper. But I got to know Matt pretty well then because he was not afraid to open up about his experiences about Missouri Western. And right there, I think I was sold, not just because of I knew he could coach football, but just because of his passion for the black and gold. You know, after 3 weeks ago, when the announcement was made, I had as soon as I looked at my phone later that night, I had about 300 emails from former teammates of Matt, former players that he coached, community members, high school coaches in the area that not necessarily weren't Missouri Western grads, but supported his candidacy for this job. And again, it shows the passion, his relationship skills that he has to build up with all those different groups. I think you're going to see, if you haven't seen it already, for you people that have been around Missouri Western a while, you're going to see it even more because he is definitely ready for this job. I want to welcome him, his wife Andrea, their oldest son Zach, who's an 8th grader, and their youngest son Brock, who is a 5th grader, back to Missouri Western. I think Matt will be the first one to tell you, when he came to school here, his dream job was to come back here someday to be head coach. And it's always nice to fulfill somebody's dream. So I want to welcome Matt back, but before I do that, you know, he doesn't wear a lot of hats. You know, and the only pictures I've seen him on is probably because of the East Texas sun, and maybe a little bit because of the head that he has there. The only hats I've seen him wear is something that looks kind of like that. So we're gonna give him that hat because he wore a lot of those in his earlier pictures. So we're gonna give him that hat, but we're also gonna get some football stuff up here to show him off. So Matt, welcome, and we'll let you say a few words. Good picture here, and get that. All right.
Woo! All right. I am ready to go. I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank my family. Very, very important to me that they made the trip today. And I want to thank all of you because you're all family to me as well now, and you always have been before I left. Dr. V, I want to thank you for this opportunity, and Kurt as well too. You guys are class act people. The organization has changed. The community has changed. The program has changed. Everything has gotten tremendously better since I've left this place. It's awesome. So I commend both of you guys for doing that, me being an alum, 100%. But the biggest thing I want to talk about, and I want to get serious about right now, is our alumni, okay? That door that I currently sit in now is always going to be open. It's going to be open every single day, and until I leave this office, it's always going to be open. We want you guys back. We want the alumni back. We've got to gain them back into this program, all right? Your door is always open. Please contact me. I will give you my phone numbers. I'll give you whatever I got so you can contact me, so we are proud alums of this university as well too. And we're going to have an unbelievable golf tournament. I'm plugging this right now. Unbelievable alumni golf tournament this summer. So get ready to go for that as well too. The other thing, there's obstacles in life that you come across that are really tough, okay? And I'm going to tell you one thing, one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make, there's been a couple other ones, but one of the toughest ones I've ever had, was telling the players that here when I coached, and the coaches, and the friends that I had here, that I was leaving. Tough. Really tough. Now, when Kurt called me and offered me the job, that was one of the easiest decisions I've ever made in my entire life. It was a slam dunk right away. And I even said the words, yes, I'm all in, before he even actually asked me. So I was ready to rock and roll at that point, all right? This is a very special place. I never really left it like I talked about before. My heart has always been here. I look at the scores every week. I look at the stats. I call people. I communicate with a lot of players that I played with and alums in the past. What's going on, how they doing, how they look. And it's just a special place, and I'm really fired up to be back. And I know they always play that song, AC/DC, Back in Black. I am so fired up to put some black Griffin gear on right now for it to touch my skin. I can't wait, all right? Because no offense to the two prior schools that I've been in, they're both purple. And when I come home, my youngest son, Brock, I think one time I had a purple jumpsuit coming. I think he actually thought I was Barney when he was about 3 or 4. So I'm ready to get out of the purple. I'm ready to go black and gold again. I can't wait to put that on, and I can't wait to go full tilt into this situation right here. I'm ready to rock. All right. A couple other things I just want to make sure that I talk about is where are we going? Where is Missouri Western football going, okay? We're going to grow and develop young, high-quality men. We're going to get our degrees, we're going to get rings, and we're going to win championships. That is a statement that's going to be bold, and it's going to be forced upon our student athletes here. And I want them to walk out of this college and this university with a degree, which is a very, very good degree, but also with some bling and some rings on their fingers well, too. And that's what we're going to do, and that's what I'll accomplish. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to compete. We are going to compete in everything we do. And I know there's probably some players up here. We are going to compete in everything we do, in academics, off the field, on the field. Everything we do is competition. Because in this league, to win championships, you have to compete every single snap and every single day. And that's what we're going to challenge. That's what I'm going to put on our players, all right, and make sure that they are competitive and it drives them. They're just burning inside to win. Because that's what we're going to do. The other thing that I'm going to bring is I'm going to bring effort and energy, a ton of it. And you can ask any of the alums that you know, they've seen me coach before, and all the people that I know, is that I'm all about energy. I love having fun. There's nothing better than looking as a coach on the sideline and seeing guys celebrate, hitting each other with all kinds of passion and energy with each other and for each other, and celebrate. That's the greatest joy in my life when I coach, is to see that on the sidelines when that happen. And for those kids to give you hugs, all right? And for you to be there for them when you need them to be there. But I'm gonna demand energy, and I'm gonna demand effort. Those are the two things that can win you football games and will win you a lot of football games. And I always tell kids this, and everywhere I've coached. If you've got the effort and you've got the fundamentals and you've got the energy, you're going to win you are going to win 70% of your games. 100% believe in that. And with the coaching staff that I'm going to hire, all right, and with the people that I'm going to put in place, and with the energy that I have and the effort that I'm going to give, we're going to win a lot. And I'm really excited for that. Okay. To be able to do this, we all understand this, is you have to have support. Obviously, Dr. V, great man, 100% supportive of athletics. Have a lot of respect for him. Kurt has been absolutely a class act since I've met him, talked with him, and all the things that he's done. We're spending a lot of time with him, and as much as he's done and brought to this university as well, too. Zach Workman, president of the Gold Coat Club. All right, and what am I naming? I'm naming people that are cornerstones of this university. Okay? You have to have a president that's committed and that wants to win football games. You have to have an athletic director that's committed and wants to win football games. And then you have to have community support, and you have to have businesses, and you have to have a Gold Coat, and you have a president that pushes for everything we can do to make this program better, and that's what it is. And we have cornerstones here at Missouri Western. We've got those cornerstones, and what I'm telling you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build, all right? And there's been a foundation in place already. There's a good foundation, and what we're going to do is I'm going to sculpt these bricks, these men, what I call men, and with their character and their play and their athleticism, and we're just going to keep building and putting it right on top of all of our cornerstones that we have. And it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for me. I'm absolutely fired up, ready to rock and roll. I couldn't wait. Kurt told me, and I said, do you want me to drive? He called me at Saturday, later in the night, and I said, I'm leaving tonight. I said, you want me up there tomorrow? I'm ready to go. I can't wait to get back behind those desks, get with the coaches, coaching staff, and get ready to work, all right? You will get every ounce of energy. This community and this university and these football players are going to get every ounce of energy that I have, every single ounce of energy that I have, and we're going to win a lot of football games. Putting it out now. Hashtag ball till you fall. All right, so we're going to win a lot of football games. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all of my friends, all the people in the community that supported me, and I'm very, very happy to be back home. Thank you.
I know there's a couple of breakouts with the media scheduled, but if anybody has any questions right now, Matt or I will be happy to answer them. Anybody? You gonna make it easy? Tom?
Sure. Talk a little bit about the process. How many finalists did you bring down to for selection process?
Well, it was obviously with what we have in place, it was a highly sought after job. And, with all the applications we received through HR and a lot more applications that were sent to my personal emails, I think it says volumes about what we have here at Missouri Western. When I stated some of our priorities, one was MIAA experience. That whittles it down some. Two, if they had Missouri Western experience, that's all the better. We never said whether they had to be a head coach or assistant coach, but in my mind, there was only going to be one assistant coach that I interviewed, and that was Matt, because I knew he had all the intangibles that I needed. So in that mind, I didn't think we needed to interview any other assistant coaches. And then it got down to some Division II head coaches that we looked at, but really in the end, we had 4 finalists, and we interviewed them in person and worked through those 2. But Matt on that Wednesday sealed. I thought he did just a wonderful job, and those decisions are tough, but I think we made the right one, because I think you can see right there energy, 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 and relationships. Anybody else? You guys are easy. I know you guys have a couple breakouts, some of you guys, so we appreciate that. We'll do those in Coach's office, okay? And then thank you for being here. If some of you can stay, we have lunch over in the Hall of Fame room here around noon, or as soon as you go up there, and we're excited. And we thank Matt and obviously his family. They received a bunch of Griffin gear this morning, but I know they'll want to go to the store and get some more. So thank you very much.
There is the